Okay, the 530 grid, DNA for business. Taking what she just did, I see it now, it's converting. It's so much faster. Not only was it faster, you can convert so much faster. Because once you have discovered that and you say, what can I do to help you solve the problem, you have to have a roadmap to know actually how to help somebody solve the problem. You need to know where you're at in the process with somebody. 530 grid, there's 5 areas: marketing, pre-sales, the sale, servicing, and client for life. And then there's 6 levels of mastery. So that's where we get the 530 grid. Converting more prospects quicker, converting them faster, is knowing who to identify. Who is your target? That's the very first thing. And before we even do that, we have to say why I'm doing it in the first place. It goes back to life vision. Why that's so important. Because you won't ask these questions. What's your pain? What caused it? And what can I do to help? Or any aspect of the DNA unless you actually know why you're doing it in the first place. The why has to be asked. Once you've got that, then you're just identifying the targets, and you're going to do it faster because you're going to know who your targets are. You think you know who your targets are now. You don't. To the level you can. As you continue to get deeper and deeper into this system, you're going to get such razor sharp focus. It's not just identifying the targets, it's the actual middle of that D. You're going to know exactly who you're talking to. And you're going to know exactly how to deliver and develop a message. Because you're going to take sticky messages, which is a course that's offered as well. We don't have time to get into that, but it's offered through LMI and Synergy Solutions. Once you have identified your targets and develop and deliver a message, then you can track those leads. If you're not tracking them, how are you going to convert them faster? But once you're tracking 100% of them and you know which ones you've got, ask key questions. You're asking key questions. What are the key questions you have to ask? Well, that's a great question. You have to know what questions you're actually going to ask them and in what order. A great question to ask is, what's your biggest challenge? Isn't that a great question? But that's not where it that's not where it stops. That just opens the door. Because after we ask key questions, which is really leading into the sale, we have to take that and put that back into implementing a 10+ strategic strike. And that's where pressure points come in, and that's what I'm starting to learn at a deeper, deeper level. If you don't know where your pressure points are, you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business. And you don't know how to ask the questions, you don't even know how to identify your targets. Once you've got that, then you can group people and messages. What would it be like if you were to talk to somebody and you're talking about a sale, and you're on the phone with them and you want to get an appointment, okay? So you get the appointment, you set up the time, you ask key questions, and you find out they're not a good prospect for you. Now what do? Oh, well, thanks very much. Have a great day. Click. Hang on. Hang on. Something key that Miriam had said is, well, man, I appreciate your time, but you're not a good client for me. However, you know, we got to find out really is what it is that you're looking for. And having a network of people, knowing who you can refer to, and have already asked the key questions for, now you can hand them off to a Miriam, or a Mark, or a John, or an Ed, or a Wendy, or a Bruce, or a Rosanna, and you know exactly how to bring. Isn't that converting that? You're still converting them, and you're still doing it faster. We haven't done our job until we've converted it. It's all about the sale. But we have to know the marketing, the pre-sales, and into the sale. Asking quick questions, making sure that you know what your pressure points are, and then grouping people and messages into it. That's called the golden triangle. Right here. You focus on this, you will convert more faster. But you got to also know, in box 13, why your prospects were lost. You thought they were a good prospect. You thought you were converting them faster, and you didn't. But you ask questions of why they were lost. And even if somebody didn't meet with you, let's say Miriam calls up somebody, finds out that they're not a good client for her, but she already knows that she's a good client for John. But in the process, she goes, would it be okay if I use your testimony, sir? And just to say, hey, listen, Miriam wasn't able to solve my problem, but she was able to help me actually solve my problem by getting me to somebody else that could. Wouldn't that be an amazing story that now you can take from box 12 and feed right back into implementing a strategic strike and back into developing and delivering a message into box 2? What if somebody picks up your brochures to say, Miriam's the most amazing person in the whole world. Miriam helped me all this. Miriam did this. Miriam did that. Okay, they're used to that. What if somebody were to read on one of her brochures, I didn't buy anything from Miriam, but the experience was so great she referred me to somebody else. Do you think that could get somebody's attention? And what would that do for Miriam? It would even give her more opportunities, because it isn't just about her making the sale, it's about converting somebody faster and actually helping them solve their real issue. 530 Grid, knowing where you are. Once we get there, then ask for referrals, and then you can send out monthly relationship newsletters. Now you have a client for life that can now feed back into your marketing and back into developing and delivering a message. You will do that over and over and over and over again, faster and faster, with greater precision, with greater accuracy. Because what did we say before? That the hours we earn the money we earn. We work the hours we work. We have the stress and life balance we have as a result of the engine that runs our business. You run it faster, more efficiently. You'll be having so much fun doubling your income in less time. That's the 530 Grid.